Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth. My pronouns are she, her, and this is my Flosstube channel, Savory Sewing. You can also find me on Instagram at Savory Sewing. So this is a channel where I talk mainly about cross stitch, occasionally other sewing. Spoilers, no sewing today. My sewing machine is still out of commission, mostly because I've been too lazy to take it to the sewing machine shop to get it fixed. So I just have some cross stitch to talk about today. I have a few finishes. I think I'm going to show some past fully finishes because I have no new fully finished objects. I have no haul. I have some plans because I'm anticipating some haul to show up next week. And other than that, I have some whips to show. So optimistically, this will be a short video. You all probably already know how long it is because I haven't filmed it yet, but we shall see. All right, so it is now November. It is November 12th. How is it November 12th? I have no idea. So I have a lot of fall themed stitching, and what I realized is for once I have no purple fabric projects to show you, which is an anomaly amongst my stitching. We've transitioned into fall. Not gotten to Christmas yet. Well, I've got one Christmas finish, but it's been something I've been working on all year. But I've not moved on to like my Christmas ornament stitching or any of that yet. So I'm just going to talk mostly about the fall stuff that I'm trying to get done and wrapped up this year. And then, yeah, well, yes, that's all I've got. All right, so I'm going to first show the only two fall themed, that I call fall themed, fully finished objects that I've ever stitched. So the first one is this. This is by Carolyn Manning Design. And I think it's called Autumn Garden. All right, the name will be here. It's Carolyn Manning. I can't remember what it's called. Right? I should have written this down. It is from a Just Cross Stitch magazine. I want to say October 2020 issue. I will also have that available. And here, when I hold it closer, it's really pretty. This is the first and only Carolyn Manning that I've stitched so far. And I think it was the first piece that I've stitched that's sort of, you know, the four quadrants. It's not, this isn't a mandala necessarily, but you know, where everything is basically symmetrical like this. This was called for, I think, in all Gentle Arts in the magazine. I converted it to DMC. I feel like it was, maybe there was a DMC conversion. I might have also just looked at the picture and picked colors. And I think it's on Ada. I think this is a 16 count, just cream colored Ada. I don't even know if I have it written down. But yeah, so this comes out every fall. It's really beautiful. I love that it's got, surprise, that it's got purple in it. I will say I did not love stitching this, and it's kind of the reason why I have not participated at all in the Manning Monday or Manning May, and why I have not stitched any ink circles mandalas. I think the folks who started the most magnificent ink circles round robin have the right idea, where it's fun to stitch a quarter of it and then move on. But it's really beautiful. So this is one of my one of two fall fully finished objects. And then the other one, apologies folks, if you weren't at this class, you can't get this pattern. But this is the other thing that I have. This is Heart and Hand. This is a Thankful Tiny Town piece that she designed for a class she taught at Acorns and Threads last November. Or maybe it was October, last fall. And you can see it's got this adorable little turkey in it. And there's like a little pumpkin button. And actually in the pattern, you're supposed to put some like specialty stitches down there. But I had stitched all this. It was a nice little square. And then this is actually from the dollar store. And then this is just pretty much my only Thanksgiving decor at all. That's cross stitch related. So I really love this piece. Apologies, unless you can find someone who has the pattern who wants to give it up from the class. My understanding is that she will not be releasing this. And it's not even an exclusive at Acorns that you can obtain, that you can get. So, so sorry for that, folks, but this is Thankful Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. So those are my only two fall, like straight on fall Thanksgiving-ish fully finished objects. I'm going to move into finishes because I do have now a couple more that I think will fit that category. This is, I believe it's called Be Thankful. It's by Teresa Kogut. It's a freebie in her Patreon. I have to admit, I'm not a Patreon member anymore, so I don't know if you can still get this, but you could last year. And this is stitched on 36 count creme brulee linen by Forbidden Fiber Co. And it's stitched using Classic Colorworks that is in the, you know, that meets the how do I want to say this? It's in the spirit of the design. I will say, I think what I actually did was I started this after when I stitched this, and I think I used the leftover threads from this kit to start stitching this, and then just supplemented because you can see they do color coordinate. Like the blue is the same. Oops, let me move that. The blue is the same. The orange is the same. The turkeys are the same color. So yeah, I think I'm going to turn this into a little long skinny pillow. It's not very big. I want to say it's like 3 inches by maybe 7 inches. And I think it'll make one of those, a nice little long pillow. I might put like another patch of fabric on the side to make it a little longer, but yeah, super cute. Be thankful. All right, so my next finish, so in the last couple weeks, is this. So I have this pattern from Lindy Stitches. It's called Autumn Royalty, and it comes with these 3 cute little bird patterns. You've got the Lord of Gourds, the Count of Candy, and the Prince of Pies. I so far have stitched and finished the Lord of Gourds. I think I stitched it with all the called for. I want to say I bought the thread pack from her, but I can't remember now. This is on a piece of, this is Diversity by Mystic Fabrics. This is actually the bottom, the rest of the piece of fabric from my When Witches Go Riding. And when I measured it out, I can fit all 3 of them on here side by side. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe put like a border so the words don't run together. And then I can frame it as one sort of long piece. The pillow finishes are really cute, but I don't have a lot of places to put little pillows in my house, and I think one long piece just will fit better. And I think it'll be easy enough to frame when I get there. But yeah, Lord of Gourds, super cute. Look at that little guy and his little crown. I think I'm going to stitch Prince of Pies next because owls. And I don't think I'm going to start that this fall. I think I'm going to tuck these guys away and just call that a finish for now and move on to some of my, many other whips. The next thing I have was actually a start and finish. I stitched this all last Sunday on the couch. I was actually surprised at how fast of a finish it was. And this is the Cranky Owl by Modern Folk Embroidery. Look how cute and cranky he is. Oh my goodness. So this is stitched on Forbidden Fiber Co. Moth Wing, 36 count linen. And it's Classic Colorworks Caterpillar is the brown. And yeah, he was a really, really quick, a 1-day stitch. I probably sat on the couch and watched TV for 7 or 8 hours, but he was a 1-day start and finish, and I'm so happy to have him done. I have a hoop that he fits perfectly in, but I need to, figure out right now, it's just the hoop color, right? So it's that light tan color that all hoops are, and I'd like to either wrap it with some, brown fabric that's like a little rustic looking, or I'm not going to do this. I'm not even going to say I might do this. I might stain it. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find some fabric that matches, and then I'll wrap it around and then get him hung up because look how cute he is. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Modern Folk Embroidery, the Cranky Owl. This is from his, what's it called? Dark Crosses, I believe, line, where they're a little bit, I guess he's not spooky, but a little bit darker than his usual aesthetic. So love him so much. All right, my last finish for the last couple weeks is this. So I think I showed this last time and I didn't have a ton left, and I was gonna wait and stitch it It's a Christmas piece. I'm picking out a slub on it right now before I show it to you. And wait and finish it on the 24th, 25th, like I like to do when I'm stitching Christmas in a month, when it's not December. And then I was like, you know what? I think if I just sit down for an hour or two, I can just knock this out and be done with it. And I did. So this is Hello from Miss Mathews, second day of Christmas. And this is stitched on with all the called for, actually, the linen and as well as the floss. So it's called for, or I think it's charted in NPI with a DMC conversion, and this is the DMC, and this is 40 count fog linen. And yeah, I'm super excited to have it done. I don't love stitching all of those black snowflakes, so I'm happy. And then I've already got the third day kitted up and ready to start. So I might start that before the 24th, 25th of this month, or I might just get it started because I really, really want to get all of 12 of these done. So pretty excited about this. And then the one thing I was debating at my last Flosstube was what to do with this last house, and I just decided to put some windows and a door in it. And I don't think it's showing up particularly well on camera, but yeah. I put my partner's initials, my initials, and then that little J and a paw for our puppy in there. And then this house I think always had the little heart in it, maybe an initial. And then I just put windows and doors in the other two houses because I don't have any other initials that I thought went with like the, it's got two turtle doves. I feel like it's is it romantic? I don't know. But anyway, super excited to have that done. I've noticed that a ton of people are planning on are making 2024 plans to knock a lot of these out next year. So I'm excited to have folks to stitch with. I'm also excited to stitch the third day of Christmas. I'm going to pop it up here. It's got a lot more color in it than the other ones so far. It also looks like it has a lot more stitching in it. So I think it's gonna take a hot minute to get that one done. But I have 2 done of 12. So this is kind of a long-term project. All right, I'm going to put that away. So those are all my finishes. Be Thankful, Lord of Gourds, the Cranky Owl, and then Second Day of Christmas. They were all very close to being finished, and I'm just happy to have them out of the way so I can move on to all of the other things that I have planned for this month. So let's move on to the whips that I've worked on. So I'm going to go grab a pile over here. Excuse me for a minute. Oh, it's not that big of a pile. Not really. So the first thing that I worked on is a pattern from Maximum Cross Stitch. I'll put a picture in here. This is a freebie that is available, I know, on the Evertotes website. It might also be on the Maximum Cross Stitch website. I've actually not looked. And it's called Fall is Greater. And this is where I am. It says Summer Fight Me, and I put in that little bird, that acorn, and started the green up the side. So this is on 36 count Panettone from Roxy Floss, and it's stitched all in Roxy Floss. I just picked colors that were from the 2022 countdown sale box that I had gotten from Roxy Floss, Modern Folk Embroidery, and Evertotes. So here's those 4 colors. I don't have, I think I need like 2 or 3 more colors. I do want to stitch it all in Roxy Floss. I just don't have, I don't have anything in my stash currently that is like, I need a yellow and I need kind of like a burnt orange red. I think there's like a pumpkin and there's a yellow. So I need pumpkin and yellow colors, and those colors weren't represented in the 2022 countdown box. I also just don't really want to buy any new floss. I feel like this is my thought is like, if I'm stitching something that's free, I don't want to pay for floss and fabric. I like to stitch those out of my stash. So I also want to stitch this all in Roxy Floss because I feel like that's the way to go. So I'm hoping that the 2023 countdown box, which is sitting over here taunting me, will have some of those colors in it. And then I'll get this finished. So again, given that I don't have those colors, I don't plan on getting this done this year. It's just a nice little simple thing to stitch on when I don't feel like working on anything big. And it's really cute. So there's that. It's freebie on the Evertotes website. If I didn't already say that, I think I did. So that was whip number 1. Whip number 2, again, folks, accountability. Dark Queen of the Earth, here she is. Look at her in all her glory. So I got the flowers done last time, and I actually feel pretty happy. I got all of that brown and green down in between in her feet done, and and filled in there, all of those sparkly orby things that are in her skirt. I stitched all of this brown, all of this, basically this whole like section. I mean, that's, I know I counted yesterday. That took me, I spent 6 hours yesterday working on that. And maybe 2 hours. That's probably 8 hours of stitching right there. So I think with the number of Saturdays that are left in November, I can get all of that done, which puts me pretty much on track to maybe finishing her this year. So one more look. Oh, and Autumn Lane Stitchery. This is Dark Queen of the Earth, stitched with all the called for DMC on one of the called for Under the Sea fabrics. And I think realistically, if I can make a plan for her head, which I know I'm a broken record, folks, I can get the stitching done this year. I don't think I can get the beading and the back stitch done, but look at her. Oh, this is the first time I've like looked at the feet situation from far away. And I will say close up, that's just a whole bunch of brown, but it's starting to look really good. So very excited. All right. Thank you. Thank you, accountability folks. You will see her every week, month until she's done. And if you don't, you probably should yell at me to get her out and work on her. So. All right, I've got two more whips. All right. This is the Stitcher's Grimoire by the Witchy Stitcher. And look at that fabric. This is a fabric of the month from for Vibralicious Yummy Fibers. I think it's called Alice's Garden. Look at that. All right, so I'll show you close up. So I started working on this in July when it was released as a Patreon pattern. The Witchy Stitcher just released this for purchase for everybody else last week, I think. So you can get this pattern. I'm stitching it. I had decided just to start stitching all the black. And so the black is Forbidden Fiber Coat Raven. And it's a really pretty variegated black. You can see it a lot in that little ghosty right there. A nice black gray, excuse me, variegation. And then I started putting in a little bit of the red because I just wanted to see some color. So very excited about that. I will put a picture of the whole pattern in here so you can see all of the really cute and spooky things that are in the grimoire. It's all themed around like spells to help you while you're stitching, like no knots. There will be a little frog boiling away in this pot. It says Eternal 310 is written right here underneath this little Mothman. That says no knots. I think I put other set of words. No, that's all the words I've put in so far. But yeah, I really like stitching on this. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I think it's going to get framed when I'm done with it. But yeah, really, really cool pattern. Really funky fabric. All right, I got one more whip. I really didn't, given that I kind of focused on getting those things finished, I worked on some of my big whips this month, and well, it's only the 12th. I haven't worked. Maybe I have worked on a lot of things. I don't know. Also, I'm a little all over the place today, so apologies for that. Hope you enjoy the ramble. All right, so the next thing is a Lindy Stitches pattern. It's called Sweatervest Weather. I'm going to show you this, and this is a needlebook kit, and this is available on her website right now. She still has some left. It was available last year, and it's got these ridiculously adorable turkeys in sweater vests. Can't go wrong. So when you buy the kit, you get the pattern, you get the fabric, you get the finishing fabrics, interfacing, wool felt, and decorative pins. So I'm going to put a picture here because you can see the front and the back, and I think she's got a picture of the needlebook. So picture. Because I've not stitched yet what's on here. I stitched the back first because it made more sense with the way the fabric is. So this is what I've got. I've got 2 of the little turkeys done, some pumpkins. I'm just missing one little squash right here for this part of the fabric, for part of the pattern. And so I'm hoping to get this done this month and turn it into a little needle book. I'm just going to show you the finishing stuff that came with it. In case you want to go purchase this, this is what you get. So this is the fabric, and there's interfacing for it, and then this must be the inside fabric, just like a green plaid. And then this is the wool felt, is this pretty blue color, and then these little pins came with these 3 nice little counting pins. So yeah, I think it's like $25 on her website right now, which for all of the finishing supplies, you just need to provide your own DMC. And it's charted just in DMC. And I actually, the only color I changed this, actually used a different color for the turkey wings. This is Classic Colorworks Almost Auburn. And that's only because I didn't have the DMC when I started this. And so I just pulled a variegated brown. Plus, I think it looks really cool. And I think the turkey wings look nice and variegated. It was a big, big section. So that is, so my turkeys. Look at those little turkeys. You all know Lindy Stitches does pretty much the best birds, right? So, I mean, yeah, you just saw. You got Lord of Gourds and the Sweatervest turkeys. And I also have, she's got another really great pattern. I think it's called Shiny Things, and it's another needlebook pattern. It's the Ravens needlebook. I have that too. I just have it. I'm trying to finish the turkeys, and then I get to stitch the ravens. So baby steps to getting all of the birds stitched. All right, those are all my whips. That's all I worked on this month so far, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so I have one more new start, and then I'm just going to talk about plans, and that is all I have. So I purchased 2 PDF classes for the Jingle Ball. That is going to happen the first week of December. I got Tracy Horner's from Ink Circles, excuse me, Season Greetings, and Tiny Modernist bookmark class. So the only one I've started is Season Greetings. Seas and Greetings. So good. And I started the Ship's Wheel, and I am very excited about this. So this is 36 count Stormy Night linen from Forbidden Fiber Co. This was a fabric of the month. I'm not sure if this is only a fabric of the month or if this is available color, but I just thought it was good for the sea theme of these. I think, I'm not sure what, actually I can probably tell you. Tracy had stitched the models on 32 count Enchanted by Mystic Fabrics, which was also a variegated blue, but I had this in my stash. And the other thing that's really exciting, or was exciting to me, is I actually had all the Classic Colorworks in my stash. So I am a member of a Floss of the Month club, because, you know, when you start watching Flosstube, people talk about building your stash and joining the Floss of the Month club, blah, blah, blah. So I'm a member of the Classic Colorworks Floss of the Month club through Stitch New England. And I like it. I'm not complaining, but I have all this floss now, and I feel like half the colors I'm never going to use. And this is the first time that I've actually had a pattern that called for something, and I actually had them all. So this is like I don't know, is this a cross-stitch achievement unlocked situation? Like, I actually had them all, and I'm super excited because this color, this bejeweled, I think, oh God, my lighting is terrible today. Sorry, folks. I just think it's so beautiful, and I've been like, what am I ever going to stitch with such a gorgeous teal blue variegated? And so I was also very excited that it was called for in here, and it looks like these colors look beautiful together on this linen. Like that, when I started putting those pinks in, the way they just are popping, and then you can see, oh, maybe you can't see. Yeah, lighting's crap today, but the bejeweled looks is this piece of seaweed right here, and it's just very excited about this. I think I'll have no problem getting this finished by the Jingle Ball. She's teaching a pillow finishing class, so I just need to find, actually, I'll put the picture of the finished ones here from the pattern. I think I just need to find some fabric that goes with this, and maybe it's also maybe a little bit sea themed. I don't think I have any sea themed fabric. I'm not really an ocean person, but I'm sure I can find some. And who doesn't love a trip to the fabric store? So Anyway, super excited about that. I'm just going to show this one more time because like these colors are also really beautiful. I don't often have things just on floss drops where I can, you know, pet them. So anyway, Season Greetings by Ink Circles. And I believe you can still get the PDF and join the class of this. I don't think they were limiting the PDF purchases for the classes for the Jingle Ball. Just you probably can't get a kit directly from Tracy anymore, or any of the other designers for that matter. So that is a new start, something I'm looking forward to, and a plan all in one. And then the other thing that I also got the Tiny Modernist Kit, which is 2 bookmarks. I'll put a picture here. And all I've done so far for that is I pulled 2 potential fabrics. I don't know if I'll get these stitched in time, but I think if I stitch the Christmas one or the wintry themed one, I think I'm gonna use this. This is Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. Do you see what I see? This is also a fabric of the month. And then this is Aloe from the other side. I think the more spring themed one will look nice on this. So I've got fabric that I'm thinking about for those. I just haven't had a chance to get those started. And if I don't get that one stitched, I have another piece that I finished last month that I think would make a great bookmark. And so I might just use that for, you know, participating in the class and get those stitched at a later date. We shall see. We shall see. So those are the first set of plans that I have. The only other plan that I have is I am going to be starting with Stephanie from Cross Stitch the Globe and Allie from Allie Z is Crafty, a Nora Corbett pattern called Moonglow. I'll put a picture here. They both have been talking about this on their Flosstubes recently, and I have been looking at it for, I don't know when it came out. It came out last spring, I feel like. Thinking about maybe dipping my toe into the Nora Corbett Mirabilia world. Dark Queen of the Sea is kind of in that fancy lady vibe. And that one seemed accessible. I mean, it still has like 7 Karen water lilies in it, which, goodness gracious. Those are not inexpensive, let me just say. And then Stephanie started stitching hers, and she's stitching it on this beautiful Be Stitch Me fabric. And I was like, okay, all right, I'm in. And so I've ordered it from 123 Stitch last week. It's not here yet. It should be here on Tuesday. And then we're going to start a little sale. I don't think Allie started hers. I know Stephanie has started hers. So as far as I've gotten is I picked out a piece of fabric from my stash. This is Olive from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. It's not quite as dark as the called for. Actually, you know what I have? The called for is Mediterranean Sea by Witchy. And I actually have a piece of Ada because I stitched something else on the Ada. I don't want to stitch Moonglow on Ada. I feel like it needs linen. But this is the called for color, basically. This is a lot lighter, but it's still in that same blue-green vibe. I could have bought new fabric, but I was like, I already spent a small fortune on the Karen water lilies and the beads, so I was like, you know what, let's be semi-responsible and pick something from stash. So I think this will be perfect. I pulled the DMC that I had, and is there a Classic Colorworks in it, or is that just thrown in here for some unknown reason? That might just be thrown in here from whatever. But anyway, those are the DMCs, those pinks and those purples. The Karen water lilies have a lot of the greens, so we'll see how they look. I think it's going to be fine. So I'm excited to get that started. We don't have a hashtag or anything yet. We'll work on that, but I'm going to hopefully start that this month. It's Nora November, so hopefully I'll get that started by the end of the month. That's the plan. That's the plan. Excuse me. Other than that, I don't have any other plans for November besides finishing the things that you've already seen. Dark Queen needs her feet. I'd like to finish Sweatervest Weather. I would like to start the 3rd day of Christmas and finish Season Greetings in time for the Jingle Ball. So hopefully I will have another video the weekend of Thanksgiving, which is like November what's today? Today's the 12th, so 2 weeks from now is the 26th. So hopefully that weekend. So we'll see where I am. And then that'll be wrapping up November, getting ready for December. And I figured I'd talk about my plans for stitching Christmas related things in that video. Yeah, other than that, it has been a quiet stitching month. Oh, the other reason why I am behind on I'm behind on Flosstube. And I've gotten a decent amount of stitching done, but it's not as much as I want. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, I've been having to work in my office more often than teleworking, and that takes about 2.5 hours out of my day, where when I work from home, I can stitch because I don't have to worry about driving. I also, in preparation for the release of Iron Flame, the second book or the sequel to Fourth Wing, I decided to re-listen to Fourth Wing. And that was a 20-hour audiobook to get ready for Iron Flame, which is a 28-hour audiobook, of which I think I'm halfway through already. So other things have taken up my work, annoyingly, has taken up my cross-stitch time, my Flosstube watching time, and not annoyingly, dragons have taken up the other portion of my time. So I don't know why I'm apologizing. Folks probably enjoy having a shorter video for me rather than an hour and 20-minute, extravaganza. But so with that, I'm going to stop rambling and hope you all have a great rest of your fall and November wherever you are. And I will see you in a few weeks. And yeah, happy stitching, folks. Bye.